Not all control comes from violence. Some of the most effective control in history came from laws. In many authoritarian states of the 20th century, people did not obey because soldiers stood on every street. They obeyed because rules were written, stamped, and enforced. Once control looked legal, resistance looked criminal. This is the story of how dictators used law to control entire societies. Laws give power legitimacy. They transform raw authority into something that feels official. In authoritarian systems, new laws were often introduced gradually, not all at once, not violently. Each law appeared reasonable on its own. Each one promised order, stability, or security, but together, they slowly reduced freedom. Once rules were written, people felt obligated to obey, even when those rules were unjust. The first laws rarely targeted politics directly. Instead, they regulated daily life. Speech was limited, public gatherings were restricted, movement required permission. What people could say, where they could go, and who they could meet, became matters of legality. Everyday behavior was transformed into a legal issue. Breaking the law no longer required rebellion, it only required normal human behavior. Once daily life was regulated, dissent became illegal by definition. Opposition was no longer debated, it was outlawed. Criticism became subversion, questions became threats, silence became the safest response. People were no longer punished for what they did, but for what they thought, or were suspected of thinking. Law turned disagreement into crime. Why did people comply? Because the rules looked legal, because punishment followed disobedience, because responsibility felt distant. Many believed they were simply following the law, not supporting oppression. Obedience felt normal, resistance felt dangerous. Fear did not need to shout, it was written quietly into legal codes. Laws require administrators. Paperwork replaced violence. Officials enforced rules without questioning them. Clerks stamped documents. Judges applied regulations. Each person performed a small role. No one felt fully responsible. This diffusion of responsibility made injustice feel routine. Cruelty did not need passion, it only needed procedure. Even when dictators fell, the laws often remained. Institutions shaped by fear did not disappear overnight. Trust was destroyed, silence was learned, obedience became habit. Legal systems designed for control left scars that lasted generations. Law had trained society to police itself. History shows us a pattern. When law serves power instead of justice, freedom disappears quietly, not with chaos, not with noise, but with paperwork. Understanding these systems is not about modern politics, it is about recognizing how control works. When it hides behind legality, this is not a warning shouted in anger, it is a lesson written in history. This is Black Box History. Understanding power begins with the past.